Did you see Caleb Williams Saturday evening? USC lost again. The defense can't stop anybody. Granted, they were playing a very good team in Washington at the Coliseum with a very good quarterback in Michael Penix at the Coliseum. And they lost again 52-42. USC is now 7-3 on the year with losses in 3 of their last 4. And it doesn't get easier. They get at Oregon and then home for UCLA these last 2 games. Alex Grinch, the defensive coordinator, was fired yesterday by Lincoln Riley. So things are not great right now at the Coliseum. It was another tough loss for a quarterback who nearly put up 50 points again and had his team lose. Caleb Williams won the Heisman. Caleb Williams, most of you think, will be the number 1 overall pick when he decides to come out this year or next, although Drake May in North Carolina may have some say in that. After the game, Caleb Williams went over to the stands where his family was there in the front row. We see this every day, Saturday and Sunday, where players go over and say hi to their family. Caleb jumped up onto the railing, and he put his head on his mom's shoulder, and then seemingly he got emotional. His mom hugged him. I mean, come on, he's a kid here.
Yep.
His mom wrapped his arms around him. And then whatever she had in her hand, a program, a piece of paper, whatever it was, a sign, maybe a sign for the front row, covered his head. And it seemed pretty obvious that he was crying. Here's what Caleb Williams said afterwards when he talked to the press.
I want to go home and cuddle with my dog and watch some shows. I don't know what we lost the game. Something to work hard for throughout months, years, to have big games like this, try and go win, play your best. Each and every one of us. We came out with the loss today. So emotionally, I want to go home and I want to lay with my dog.
He turns 22 in 12 days. I am 49. I don't have a dog. I grew up with one. I've had plenty of days at the office where I want to go home and crawl under the covers and sit with my dog. Or with a bottle of brown liquor. Whatever it is, but turn the lights off and be with myself in my own head. A lot of guys cry after games. You know, they put a towel over their head on the sideline. What do you think they're doing? Smiling? No. Sometimes they're crying. A lot of guys go into clubhouses or locker rooms after the game and let it out. So Caleb Williams let it out on the sideline, in the stands with his mom. Big deal. There are a lot of people out there, honestly, professional trolls, if we're being honest, both on Twitter and on these shows where you scream and yell for a living. There are a lot of people out there that want to knock Caleb Williams, say maybe he's not the number 1 pick now. I don't want that guy in my locker room leading my team. I saw somebody that shall remain nameless, undraftable, on Twitter over the weekend. Shut the hell up. Come on, man.
Losers, man.
First of all, if you're lucky enough to still have your mother around and you're able to give her
Bam.
a hug,
Thank you, TJ.
Because Andrew,
exactly.
for as much pain as I was in last night, I told you guys, I would have given anything in the world just to be able to have my mom give me a hug when I was in pain last night.
Exactly.
So,
And to everyone out there that says this is a knock against him, folks, you can't have it both ways. You can't be mad when the team loses and guys are seen smiling and talking to the team that just beat them and exchanging jerseys, and also be mad when they're so upset that they lost that they're moved to tears. You can't just try to stick it in the emotional fairway off the tee every week and tell these guys who you criticize for being robots that they can't show emotion on one extreme or the other. You can't. They care. And they're allowed to cry. How do you want them to react? You want them to punch somebody? You want them to break something on the sideline? You want him to be Tom Brady and break his Microsoft Surface so then you can make fun of him for losing his cool for breaking his Microsoft Surface.
Exactly.
Right? Oh, Tom Brady's angry. He's a sore loser. He broke the tablet. Is it the tablet's fault?
Right.
Right. Oh, the guy cried. Undraftable. Drake May's my number one quarterback now. I'm going to take Penix over him. He didn't cry. Stop it. Just stop it. Please. I want a guy that cares. He cares. He's also really talented. Really, really talented. Now, are you gonna hold it against him because he said he wants to go home and be with his dog and watch shows? I don't care. As long as Monday morning he comes to work ready to work hard, to fix the problems from the last loss, and to move forward. What do you want him to say? I'm going to go home and get smashed?
Right.
Yeah. I'm going to home and get drunk. Yeah. Do something reckless off the field. No. It just goes to show you that you can't win for losing, and these guys are always going to be overly criticized. And look, I'm part of the business that does it. I get it. I understand. But I'm also trying to be fair. And fans always forget, not always, not all fans, but a lot of people do, that we're talking about human beings here, guys that are compensated well to win. And yes, I mean it now. I could say that about college football. Caleb Williams is compensated really well. Yeah. Really well. But is it his fault they're giving up 50 a game? 50 points a game. I think the real question with Caleb Williams should be, after all this talk, well, he's not going to leave. He's going to stay at USC if he doesn't get the team at the top of the draft that he wants to play for. I think the real question should be, if they can't stop anybody, and Lincoln Riley has to finally fire his defensive coordinator here in early November of year 2, does he want to go back to SC next year? Is SC the right situation for him next year? Now, doesn't change where he wants to go in the NFL, but is going back to SC the right option if he doesn't get the NFL team he wants? That should be the conversation. And I'm not suggesting he go into the transfer portal.
Could you imagine?
Gosh.
Wow. Dude.
Or maybe he should. No, he's not going to find a better place than SC. And he's not going to find more money, I don't think, although who knows?
Who knows?
He's paid well. Legally, through NIL deals.
Of course.
He's compensated well.
Very.
I think the question is, if he truly doesn't want to go to another NFL team, the one that takes him, do you just sit out? Just sit out. You've made enough money. Jamar Chase sat out a year, much different circumstances with COVID. He did fine. He did just fine. This guy, Caleb Williams, is in the elite of the elite of the elite, where if he sits out, he will still be the first or second pick. Period. Full stop.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.